Good news, everyone. I hope you're doing well on this Saturday. I'm going to at least give you a heads up. This video is probably going to be a little longer than what I normally do. Got a number of points I kind of want to cover here, and this might be a little challenging for me to do. Even got some notes to kind of make sure I cover the points I think I want to cover, which even then I might go off. But I've been doing these videos, and if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm always posting about balance in the triad, body, mind, and spirit. So I kind of wanted to give you an idea about where it came from, what's going on. And you might have heard part of my story before, but this time here, I just want to kind of give you the highlights about what led me to where I'm at and the reason I do what I do. So one of the big factors was a number of years ago, quite a few years ago, just before my senior year of high school, coming back from vacation, and I was in the back of our camper, and the truck blew tire. Truck spun 180 degrees, went over embankment, truck rolled over on top of the truck camper ripped free the truck landed on top of the camper. And I walked out of it basically pretty much unscathed. That was one of the first indications I realized that having a good physical body, being in a healthy condition, can help you out in a number of ways. I also believe my grandfather passed away a year or two before, was helping me out as well. But that kind of solidified me on going to the career to get my degrees in exercise physiology. And then from there, I learned about doing massage. I continued to keep learning myself, got into energy work, personal growth, personal development. And with the energy work and meditation, that worked on the spiritual aspect. The training and degrees I got worked on the physical. And then I started getting personal growth and personal development. That kind of worked on the mental. Sorry, I'm just taking, I got these points I do want to kind of cover, so I'm trying to make sure I do it. And that kind of led me over many years to doing what I call balance in the triad. I was working on it, but I never quite labeled it that way until I said, okay, this is balance in the triad. I'm working on 03, all three of them together. So I started doing videos of it for a while, and then I kind of stopped doing it. I wasn't for sure if I was doing any good to myself or anybody else. And this, in retrospect, was when these things started, I was able to understand how beneficial they actually were. You might have heard my story too. I dealt with cancer. Prior to even going in for the biopsy several months before that, not a whole lot of people know, I got triggered. And I actually had suicidal thoughts. It wasn't the first time, but this was the first time I actually did some research on the techniques I was considering. I knew I wasn't going to do anything that week, but I continue to work on the triad. I continue to work on my body, mind, and spirit, and by the end of the week, those thoughts have kind of disappeared. All right, I'm kind of shaking there after kind of saying that out loud, even though I have shared it with other people, but not quite this way. Okay, with that, when it came time for the biopsy, the tumor was in my right sinus, and the idea was just going for a biopsy and go home. But when I woke up, I realized I wasn't at home. I wasn't in recovery. I had a tube down my throat. I couldn't breathe. That wasn't a breathing tube. And once the tube came out and I was conscious, I realized I think I had IVs in both arms. I was catheterized. My feet were sore because I had previously IVs in my feet. And 2 tubes come out my nose. I found out they couldn't get the bleeding to stop, so they had to go through the groin and cauterize a blood vessel. When my parents and sister got there several hours later, I'd ask them, I go, where am I? They go, ICU. And my reaction was literally, okay. A week later, I went back and got the cancer diagnosis, which I kind of had the internal feeling that it was. I'm like, okay, it's cancer. A week later, just before the surgery, the only time anything ever bothered me was I found I was going to lose my sense of smell. And that definitely triggered me, and I pretty much did. I actually shed some tears and got a little scared at that point, just for that reason. And yeah, I pretty much have lost most of my smell, but I do have some factors coming back in. This is about over 2 years later. So I went through the surgery, 8-hour surgery, still had some issues going on, but I was able to take it fairly easily. And even after the cancer surgery and I was recovering, I wasn't eating very well, wasn't taking care of myself. I ended up gaining some inches around the waist. I could no longer wear the pants I've worn for the past decade. So I let myself go and got those inches on me. I had to work to lose that. Recover from the cancer and get my body back, because if anybody knows, if you've gone through something like that yourself or know a family member or friend, it takes a lot out of you. physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's a total kind of get yourself back. So I work on that. I work on these inches, and the inches wasn't the first time. I'd gone on a family cruise, been wearing shorts during that summer. To go to put on my khakis to get ready for the captain's dinner, realized I could barely button my pants. So not the first time I'd let myself go and got those inches on there. But in looking back, again, making sure it was all balanced in the triad. That's what allowed me to handle the situation of going in for a simple biopsy and wake up at ICU and treat is no big deal. I didn't get worried. I didn't get scared. And I started doing some videos again after the cancer, once I kind of recovered and was feeling more myself. And I did this for a while, and again, I stopped. But the more I dwelt on it, the more I realized, okay, what I went through, what I was able to process, what I was able to handle, I wanted to be able to share that with other people. And that's what led me to where I found ITN, the Institute of Transformational Nutrition, which they teach. And the idea is transformational nutrition is what feeds your body, and what feeds your mind, and what feeds your spirit. All three. It's not just this food you work with, which is what I was working with in body, mind, and spirit. The Triad. So that's what I started doing. Again, I'm trying to make sure I want to kind of cover some spots here. So I'd stopped doing those videos for quite a while, but I found balance in the Triad. I've gone through the coursework. I'm towards the end right now. But I had to work on my own mindset. And that's why if you see me share a lot of posts on mindset, it's because that's what it is. You have to start everything we do. Everything starts with the mind. The device you're watching this on started in somebody's mind. The clothing you're wearing started in somebody's mind. So we have to have a mindset change no matter what it is we do. If we're looking for a change, we have to work on those. So I had to get out of my own head and work on my own issues to get me to start doing these videos again, which I was antsy about it. I was challenged to get fitted. But I kept learning. I kept working on myself. I kept finding new things, and I was able to get myself, which is where I'm in front of you right now. So what I would like, if as I'm making this transition and starting to go into help people like you, that if any of that resonated with you, if you've got similar issues where you might need some help with it, I'd love to be able to help you there, because I'm looking for some people, if you want to call it beta testing, this transition to help people with the body, mind, and spirit, the balance of the triad. Because what I've found, and it was just very recently, the word description I can use is it's resilience. By working on this, I was able to develop the resilience to be able to handle going through a biopsy and waking up with tubes out of your nose in ICU. I was able to handle dealing with cancer. I got to the point now where not too much really riles me up in a negative way. I have energy throughout the day. I usually go to sleep right away. I sleep throughout the night. Am I perfect? No, I still have challenges to go. But I've learned for the most part that I'm able to handle the challenges that life throws at me. And I'm able to do that because I'm working on my body, mind, and spirit. And I do that by meeting my health and wellness goals. So it's your entire body. So if any of that resonates with you, if you would like to be able to have some help and some guidance as you're going through your challenges or your changes dealing with your body, mind, spirit, please drop me a note. Send me a message. Let me know, because I am looking for some people to kind of help me beta test as I transition this new direction. So, all right, I think I mentioned all I kind of wanted to say. Nervousness, I guess I'm a little better now. At least I got it out in the open, because I was really reluctant about sharing some of this, but because some of the information I never quite shared before, at least not as openly as I just did here. So we'll leave it at that. So again, if I can help you in some way and you'd be interested in, let me know, send me a personal message, and I'll get in contact with you and see if we can work together, and you can kind of help me beta test this one here. So I can work with the beta testing and you get some benefits as well. So it's a win-win situation, which is basically what I'm kind of looking for. All right, so have yourself a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.